Now, the next act is Vicki Ayres, and we're going to show a tape that Vicki made. So this won't be actually live, and Vicki will explain why.
Hi, my name's Vicki. I should have been with you this evening, but unfortunately I'm having to self-isolate. So through the magic of technology and the wizardry that is our technician Paul, I'm with you here instead. So St Brigid's Day, what a wonderful woman St Brigid was. And when I think about St Brigid, I think of hope, and she brought hope to millions and millions of people. And that being the case, I thought I'd share with you a story which is a story about hope. And this is called The Four Candles. One evening, in an insignificant room, 4 candles were burning slowly. Their gaze flickers, dances and shimmers, casting shadows upon the walls. The ambience was so soft, one could almost hear them talking, their voices muted and delicate. The first candle speaks, its flame already wavering. I am peace, it says. This troubled world is full of anger and fear, fighting and division. No one wants to hear my voice anymore, or see my light. I cannot stay lit for much longer. Slowly, the flame of peace surrenders, flickers, and blows itself out. In the raw darkness, 3 candles continue to burn, their gaze flickering and fluttering against the gloom, their voices muted and delicate. The second candle speaks, its flame already fluttering. I am faith, it says. I am no longer indispensable. This troubled world is full of judgment and discontent. No one wants to believe in me anymore, to hear my voice or see my light. It does not make sense that I stay lit. I cannot continue for very much longer. And slowly, it bowed its flame, fluttered, flickered, and blew out. In the tapered darkness of the room, 2 candles remain lit, their gaze shimmering in the dimness, their voices muted and delicate. The third candle cries out sadly, its gaze already fading. I am love, it says. In this troubled world, no one has me anymore. They have replaced me with hatred in their heart. They are bent on revenge and blame. They want to hurt each other. No one understands my importance anymore. They can't hear my voice or see my light. I cannot continue for very much longer. And slowly, very slowly, the gaze of love burns fainter and fainter until it fades completely and burns out. In the cold darkness of the room, 1 candle is still burning. Its gaze is radiant, and before it can speak, the door of the room opens. The light from the hallway floods into the room, touching each and every corner. In the centre of the room rests a long, low table, and upon it sit 3 candles, unlit, and 1 burning brightly, radiant and pure. Softly, a small figure enters the room. It is a little girl, an innocent child, with flame-coloured hair and green eyes. She does not see the candle burning brightly. All she sees are the 3 unlit candles next to it. Her eyes fill with tears. Her heart is heavy and full of despair. As the tears roll slowly down her cheeks, she cries out, "Why are you not burning? Why did you not stay lit until the end?" At that moment, she hears a low, melodious voice that wraps itself around her like a warm embrace. She turns towards it and sees the 1 lit candle, and she gazes into the flame, marvelling at its beauty. "Don't be afraid," the candle says. "I am hope. And while I am still burning, we can relight the other candles in this dark and troubling world." The little girl wipes the tears from her face and she smiles. She feels joy in her heart. With shining eyes reflecting the radiance of the flame, she picks up the candle of hope and she relights peace, faith and love, and she sets down hope next to them. The little girl sits in the room, the candles burning around her, their gaze flickering and dancing and shimmering against the gloom. And she says, "The greatest of all things is love. But we must ensure the flame of hope never goes out from our lives, because with hope, each of us can live with faith, peace and love. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I allow and welcome this into my energy in all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time." St Brigid. What an amazing saint St Brigid was. Did you know that she was the patron saint of babies and blacksmiths, boatmen, cattle farmers, children whose parents are not married, fugitives, dairymaids, midwives, milkmaids, nuns, poets, the poor, printing presses, sailors, poultry farmers, scholars, travellers and watermen? What an impressive list that is. Now I fall into the category of a few of those, one of them being a poet and another one being a single mum. So I thought I'd share with you some poems about being a mother, and one that I wrote while I walked along the coastline of Southern Ireland, which I thought you might enjoy. So this is the first poem I'm going to share with you this evening. This poem I wrote as I walked along the coast in Southern Ireland, and for anybody that's been there, you know how beautiful that is. And this is called Sea Dreams. Barefoot, she walks along the beach, retracing lost memories in ripples of sand. The murmur of the surf plays in her ears like muffled notes bowed upon a cello. Hushed colours paint the sky in hues of poignancy as the sun drips down behind the cobalt waves, casting shadows to equal those of her longest night. Her heart beating in rhythm with the tide as she glides through the surf, footprints erased as if she herself had ceased to exist. A figment in the twilight, she pauses. Salty spray kisses her cheeks like unshed tears from fatigued days and solitary nights. Gazing out upon the vast entity, sublime in its stillness, she recognises the meaning of it all. Soundlessly, images of antiquity dance a delicate prelude, weaving muted impressions of history. A skittish child, with pigtails and freckles, wearing a yellow gingham dress, collecting precious shells that will gather dust in a long-forgotten attic. An insecure teenager, throwing pebbles into oblivion with the boy who will steal her heart, her kisses, her youth. A young family drawing their lives in the sand, building castles for the sole pleasure of knocking them down. A graceful woman, cloaked in bereavement, concealing a smile for the reflection of youth glimpsed in the wrinkled mirror of time. Quietly, she lays herself down on a bed of limestone, silver hair fanning out amongst the seaweed. She sighs, and she gives her last memory back to the sea. Thank you. So this poem is called Sometimes Mummies Just Get It Wrong. Even when she does her best, your mum is not infallible. But remember, when she gets it wrong, her dedication is unflappable. You see, she might not quite remember that today it's olives that you hate, or that the peas can't touch the carrots on a certain coloured plate. She'll still sing the silly songs you loved that now just make you cringe, and she'll constantly pester you to answer from underneath your teenage fringe. She does her best to understand the complexities of FIFA, and the ins and outs of Fortnite she might struggle to decipher. The nuances of text speak or an emoji combination. That cod is not a fish, but actually a game found on the PlayStation. Sometimes, even when she's tired or hungover from too much gin, she'll still sneak up and tickle you in an attempt to make you grin. You tell her to F off sometimes, that your room she cannot enter, and yet she'll still bring you biscuits, defiantly the dissenter. Her boundless positivity I know you find annoying. And she accepts that the hugs that you once sought out, now you just find cloying. And some days she might embarrass you and write poems about your life. It is her valiant effort to bring order to the strife. And even when she's aligned herself to get through with grace and ease, she'll still manage to send in for your lunch nothing but a box of cheese. So, sometimes mummies just get it wrong. But the bottom line is this: whenever you are ready, she'll still be here, waiting with a kiss. So this next poem is about being a mother and a traveller, and goes out to anybody who's ever had to travel anywhere with children. And this is called Happy Holidays. Are we nearly there yet? How much longer will it be? I am tired and I am hungry and I really need a wee. Mum, can you turn down the radio because I can't hear my game? I don't like your music. It all just sounds the same. How much further is it? This is a stupid DVD. Why can't the car have Wi-Fi? Mum, I need another wee. God, this is so boring. I thought it would be fun, but everything is just so old and I'm too hot in the sun. I can't believe you're making me walk up another hill. My legs are gonna fall off and you don't care that I feel ill. All I want is an ice cream, a shower and a nap. Ooh, can I have that selfie stick, a t-shirt and that cap? I think that I might die from the boredom and the strain, and now you're gonna make me get on another effing train. Mum, I need a cuddle. Can I hide under your skirts? Mum, Mum, Mummy, I'm so bored my penis hurts. I've really had enough now. I don't think I'll survive. Are we nearly there yet? When will we arrive? Listen, baby, I know it's hot and the aircon's broke and the car feels like a sauna, but I promise you it's not that far. It's only round the corner. And I know you hate my music, but I need to drown out the whinging. I mean, we could play I Spy or Yellow Car, or maybe we could sing. You never know, you might enjoy it, because try as I might, it's my duty as a parent to give you a break from Fortnite. Off we go then. It's not much further. It's just there's a view around this bend. We could have a conversation. You could tell me about your girlfriend. Oh, isn't this spectacular? Look, there's a cow, and there's another. Are you even listening? Oh, God, now I sound just like my mother. Well, come on, baby. Let's take a photo. Wipe the ice cream from your chin and, well, you're right. We need to go now because Mummy needs a gin.